Shifting focus now to a major revelation. While returning from the NATO Summit in Turkiye a month ago, US President Donald Trump took a rather unusual last-minute decision. Instead of boarding the newly retrofitted Boeing 747 gifted by Qatar, he claimed to have flown by the older Air Force One till Britain. And if reports are to be believed, this was a deception allegedly, which probably put lives of journalists at risk. Let's tell you why this question is being asked. According to the New York Times and the Washington Post, Trump secretly flew by a military jet in wake of threats from Iran, before switching to the Qatari jet in the UK for the flight back to Washington, D.C. What unfolded in public eye, though, was another story altogether. Let's just lay it out for you and tell you exactly what emerged. For this, let's take you back to the 8th of July. Have a look at these visuals. Trump here is seen boarding that aircraft, the Air Force One, the older Air Force One at the Ankara airport. He even waved from the door as cameras recorded his departure. In the next frame, you can see a catering truck parked near the Air Force One. Minutes later, it pulled away from the spot as media personnel then boarded the aircraft. And thereafter, the footage appears to show the truck moving behind the plane towards the staircase leading to the military jet. That's the truck right there that we are talking about. Now, this assumes a lot of significance as reports claimed that Trump was transported to the military jet in a catering truck. Now, this elaborate plan continued when the older Air Force One landed at UK's airbase. While Trump reportedly stepped off the plane about 40 minutes later, reports now claim that he was first secretly driven from the military aircraft to this plane, which he boarded through a different entrance. And this gave out the impression, in a way, as if Trump had traveled on that jet. And what makes this even more interesting and worth noting is that journalists traveling with Trump seem to have been kept in the dark about this secret plan. While the US Secret Service has used decoy motorcades and flights in the past to move presidents secretly, this also raises some troubling questions. If the threat to Trump's life was credible, why were journalists then allowed to board the older Air Force One jet? Don't journalists' lives matter for the Trump administration? And these are serious questions. Incidentally, Trump's version on this incident kept changing. Initially, the US president, remember, claimed that he was taking the older Air Force One jet as the Qatari aircraft would travel to the UK early so that US troops could tour it. Later, when asked whether security concerns had influenced that decision, he did not quite answer directly, but he acknowledged a serious threat to his life from Iran. Let's just play out for you what he had said back then.
No, I'm number one on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I'm number one. So I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I don't really care because I'm doing my job and I'm doing it, I hope, better than anybody's ever done it because we have a country that's hot and really, really successful. But
when asked about the latest reports, this is what the Trump administration had to say. The White House communications director told the New York Times reportedly, and I'm quoting, "As the president has said recently, there are many enemies of America who have their sights on him, and we use every tool at our disposal to address those threats," quote unquote. However, the White House was silent on why it potentially risked the lives of journalists. That remains the big question. And this also comes at a time when Trump has been struggling to convince Iran about a deal, even as Iran has been unwilling to reopen the Strait of Hormuz for free passage of ships. Trump claimed the US has total control of this strategic waterway owing to its naval blockade. Riling Iran further, he demanded compensation for people it has allegedly killed over the decades. Listen to this.
They asked for reparations, you might say, or they asked for money for the damage that we've done. I said, that's a good idea. Well, we're going to ask for money for the damage they've done over a 50-year period. Whether you go SS Cole or whether you go all of the people that were so badly hurt, so badly wounded or killed, many thousands of people.
Let's also tell you, while Qatar stressed that talks between Oman and Iran on the future of shipping in Hormuz are at a critical point, it is apparent that a US-Iran deal is still far away, considering the extent of their differences.